Hello everybody, Big Plains here. Now, before I dive too deep into this video, I want to give a shout out to my patrons over on Patreon. So thank you to everybody over on Patreon who helps to support the channel. It really means a lot to me because it's one of the reasons why I'm actually able to build these planes. So if you want to go help support the channel over on Patreon, I will leave a link in the description below. So, not a lot of activity from me over the past few days, and I have been hard at work trying to figure out how to build the 747. And I said this in the last video, and I've said it in almost every video on any plane I ever make, but the nose is very challenging. So I'll go over sort of the trial and error that I did to get to the nose and to where I am right now, but I'll just sort of give you a general oversight of what I've done since the last update, because I've actually done quite a bit of stuff, and what you can clearly see right in front of you is that we're pretty much to the tail now. So right here, I'm going to start eventually building out the tail, and we're going to see how that works. But I'll get a little closer in for you so you can see. And here's the cool thing. The interior is now in, except for a little bit back here, and I ran out of tiles at the nose. But other than that, the interior is in now. And I'm not going to show you that right now. I'm going to save it for the final video. So for those of you that wanted to see the interior, you'll just have to wait till the final video. But yeah, so I did finally compartmentalize the lighting a little better. You can see, especially through the windows here. It's there. Again, this is one of the apartments that isn't completely done. I'll try to get as close as I can. It's kind of hard to see, but you can see like this one's done. I'll give you a little sneak peek of the interior if you can try to see it in there. I didn't see the lamp, but yeah, the interior is done. But the nose is where things started getting interesting. Now, is the nose completely done yet? No. Okay, there's still parts I'm working on, and it's always sort of going to be a trial and error situation here. But I feel like we've done. It's coming along pretty well. There's still some parts that I'm working on, but this one took a long time to be able to get to where it is now. And the main reason for that is because I was trying to use as many of these wedge plates as I could, or not wedge plates, wedge bricks like this one right here. I wanted to use as many of those as I could because if you guys remember from the last 747, I used the stepping technique, which I feel like worked all right, maybe, but kind of looked ugly, especially considering the rest of the plane was so smooth. But yeah, that's what I've come up with now. And somebody in the last video commented that the window line was too high, so I moved it down a little. And yeah, also back here, got a lot of people saying this didn't look very good. And yeah, I get that. So what I'll be doing is I'll have this printed, and it'll be a nice transition. So this will be smooth, and the same goes on the bottom. That'll be smooth. So that's how that's going to work out. And you can also see that I got the lighting and everything in there. That's what these little things are. And again, this goes back to the interior, which I really don't want to show you too much of right now, but you can kind of see it in there. As so. Yeah, on the nose, like I said, I kind of ran out of pieces on the nose, but you can see the desk right there. That is one of the president's desks with a lamp on it, and of course the two in the front. But like I said, I don't want to focus too much on the interior in this video, as much as that is hard to not to look at. But I will show you. Okay, I will show you the flight deck. So this can be removed fairly easily, like so. And again, I still need to finish up some tiling in there, but you can see that I do have the pilot and co-pilot, and then in the very back there I have the flight engineer. So that's how that is. And I know there should be another jump seat in the very back there, but you know, I'm still working on it, right? And the upper deck doesn't have any detail on it yet. I have not gotten to the upper deck yet, but I'm going to do that more towards the end, because I feel like that should be more towards the end where I do the majority of the interior. And yeah, so lots of really cool updates today. Like I said, the nose is one of those things where it's just really tricky because there's a lot of different angles at work, and I've seen how other people have done the 747 noses, and I wanted to go at this in a way that I thought would be sort of unique and that nobody else has really done before. So again, some parts are still a little messy, and I'm still fiddling with them, and of course, until I'm able to get the print job in right here, it's not going to look quite right. So just keep that in mind. However, I am already beginning to work on the bricklink orders for the tail. So you can see here that it's basically just cut straight off right there. It's just, you know, it's modular. That's how that works. So hopefully the tail, the next video on this plane will be about the tail and how I'm going to be able to try to keep this thing from being tail heavy, because my last 747 was really tail heavy and I was not a fan of that. But you know, lots of progress, and I'm glad. I think the nose actually turned out looking pretty nice, actually. And one of the things that I was worried about was that this plane was going to be so smooth and have so many curved slopes on it and have such a lack of studs that anything I did for the nose would look kind of crummy. And though I do think some areas still need to be smoothed out, I think it's coming along fairly nicely, and I'm ready to move on to the tail. And obviously, I still need to put the doors in, but the tail's next. So hopefully I can get that in. And the next video is not going to be on this plane. It'll actually be on Concorde over here. So be looking forward to that. And yeah, so that's really all I have for Air Force One. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and hopefully you can stick around to the next video, because I really, really hope that can come soon. So that's it for this one. Bye for now.